Sutra of Prajñāpāramitā, pronounced by Mañjuśrī Bodhisattva, translated from Sanskrit into Chinese in the southern Liang dynasty by the Tripitaka master Mandra from Funan. Fascicle 1 of 2. Thus I have heard. At one time the Buddha was staying in the Ananda garden of Jetavana Park, in the city kingdom of Shravasti, together with 1,000 great bhikshus and 10,000 bodhisattva mahasattvas. These great bodhisattvas are all adorned with great sublimity of virtue and wisdom, and standing on the ground of no regress. Among them were Maitreya Bodhisattva, Mañjuśrī Bodhisattva, unimpeded eloquence Bodhisattva, and never abandoning the mission Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva Mahasattva Mañjuśrī the youth came at dawn from his place to the place where the Buddha was and stood outside. At that time, great voice hearers, such as the Venerable Shariputra, Purnamaitriyani Putra, Mahamadgyalyayana, Mahakashyapa, Mahakatyayana, and Mahakastila, also came from their respective places to the place where the Buddha was and stood outside. The Buddha knew that the assembly had convened. At that time, the Tathagata came out of his dwelling, arranged his seat, and sat down. He asked Shariputra, "Why are you standing outside this morning?" Shariputra replied to the Buddha, "World-honored one, Bodhisattva Mañjuśrī the youth arrived first and stood outside the door. I actually arrived later." At that time, the world-honored one asked Mañjuśrī, "You were the first to arrive here. Did you want to see the Tathagata?" Mañjuśrī replied to the Buddha, "Indeed, world-honored one, I did come here to see the Tathagata. Why? I delight in making the right observation to benefit sentient beings. I observe the Tathagata with the appearance of true suchness, never changing, never moving, never formed, neither born nor perishing, neither existing nor non-existing, neither somewhere nor nowhere, neither of the past, present, and future, nor beyond the past, present, and future, neither dual nor non-dual, neither pure nor impure. Through appearances such as these, I correctly observe the Tathagata to benefit sentient beings." The Buddha told Mañjuśrī, "If one can see the Tathagata as such, one's mind will neither grasp nor not grasp, neither accumulate nor not accumulate." At that time, Shariputra said to Mañjuśrī, "It is unusual to see the Tathagata in the perspective you describe. As you observe the Tathagata for the sake of all sentient beings, your mind does not grasp the appearances of sentient beings. As you convince all sentient beings to head for nirvana, you do not grasp the appearance of nirvana. As you display great sublimity for all sentient beings, your mind does not see the appearance of sublimity." Then Bodhisattva Mahasattva Mañjuśrī the youth said to Shariputra, "Indeed, indeed, it is just as you say. Although I activate the mind of great sublimity for all sentient beings, I never see the appearances of sentient beings. Although I am adorned with great sublimity for all sentient beings, their realm neither increases nor decreases. Suppose a Buddha stays in a world for a kalpa, or over a kalpa. Just as the Buddha is in a one Buddha world, there are as many Buddhas as the immeasurable boundless sands of the Ganges. Suppose they all pronounce the Dharma day and night for a kalpa, or over a kalpa, never resting their minds. Suppose each delivers as many sentient beings as the immeasurable sands of the Ganges, enabling them to enter nirvana. Yet the realm of sentient beings neither increases nor decreases. It is this way indeed in all Buddha lands in the 10 directions. They all pronounce the Dharma to teach and transform sentient beings, each delivering as many sentient beings as the immeasurable sands of the Ganges, enabling them to enter nirvana. Yet the realm of sentient beings neither increases nor decreases. Why? The definite appearances of sentient beings can never be captured. Hence, the realm of sentient beings neither increases nor decreases. Shariputra asked Mañjuśrī, since the realm of sentient beings neither increases nor decreases, why do bodhisattvas always seek anuttara samyak sambodhi and pronounce the Dharma to sentient beings? Mañjuśrī replied, as the appearances of sentient beings are empty, there are neither bodhisattvas seeking anuttara samyak sambodhi nor sentient beings to pronounce the Dharma to. Why? I say that in all dharmas, not a single dharma can be captured. At that time, the Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, if there were no sentient beings, why would you speak of sentient beings and the realm of sentient beings? Mañjuśrī replied, the appearance of the realm of sentient beings is suchness, just as that of the realm of Buddhas. Is there a measure for the realm of sentient beings? The measure for the realm of sentient beings is suchness, just as that for the realm of Buddhas, he replied. The Buddha next asked, is there a location for the measure of realm of sentient beings? He replied, the measure of the realm of sentient beings is inconceivable. The Buddha next asked, does the appearance of the realm of sentient beings abide? He replied, sentient beings abide not, just the way space abides. The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, when one cultivates Prajñāpāramitā in this way, how does one abide in Prajnaparamita? Mañjuśrī replied, not abiding in dharmas is abiding in Prajñāpāramitā. The Buddha next asked Mañjuśrī, why is not abiding in dharmas called abiding in Prajñāpāramitā? Mañjuśrī replied, not abiding in appearances is in effect abiding in Prajñāpāramitā. The Buddha next asked Mañjuśrī, when one abides in Prajnaparamita in this way, do one's roots of goodness increase or decrease? Mañjuśrī replied, if one can abide in Prajnaparamita in this way, one's roots of goodness will neither increase nor decrease, just as all dharmas neither increase nor decrease. The nature and appearance of Prajnaparamita also neither increase nor decrease. World-honored one, cultivating Prajnaparamita in this way, one neither abandons the dharma of ordinary beings, nor grasps the dharma of sages and holy beings. Why? In Prajnaparamita, one does not see any dharma that can be grasped or abandoned. Cultivating Prajnaparamita in this way, one moreover does not see nirvana to like, or samsara to dislike. Why? One does not even see samsara, much less dislike it. One does not even see nirvana, much less like it. Cultivating Prajnaparamita in this way, one sees neither afflictions to abandon nor virtues to grasp. One's mind neither increases nor decreases with respect to all dharmas. Why? One sees neither increase nor decrease in the dharma realm. World-honored one, proceeding in this manner is called cultivation of Prajnaparamita. World-honored one, seeing neither birth nor death of dharmas is cultivation of Prajnaparamita. World-honored one, seeing neither increase nor decrease of dharmas is cultivation of Prajnaparamita. World-honored one, holding no wish to grasp as one sees no dharma appearance to seek for is cultivation of Prajnaparamita. World-honored one sees neither fineness nor grossness, neither high nor low, nor does one grasp or abandon. Why? Dharmas are neither fine nor gross, because they are free from appearances. Dharmas are neither high nor low, because they are equal in dharma nature. Dharmas are free from being grasped or abandoned, because they abide in true reality. This is the way to cultivate Prajnaparamita. The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, is it not victorious to acquire the Buddha Dharma? Mañjuśrī replied, I do not see any victorious appearance in dharmas. It can be verified, as in the self-realization of the Tathāgata, that all dharmas are empty. The Buddha agreed with Mañjuśrī. Indeed, in the perfect enlightenment of the Tathāgata, he has attained self-realization of emptiness. Mañjuśrī rejoined to the Buddha, World-honored one, in the dharma of emptiness, is there victory that can be captured? The Buddha said, very good, Mañjuśrī. What you say is the true dharma. The Buddha next asked Mañjuśrī, is anuttara called the Buddha Dharma? Mañjuśrī replied, as the Buddha says, anuttara is called the Buddha Dharma. Why? That no dharma can be captured is called anuttara. Mañjuśrī continued, one who cultivates Prajñāpāramitā in this way is not called a dharma vessel, which is intended to capture. Not seeing dharmas that can transform ordinary beings, not seeing the Buddha Dharma, or not seeing dharmas that can improve is called cultivation of Prajñāpāramitā. Furthermore, world-honored one, while cultivating Prajnaparamita, one does not see any dharma that can be differentiated or pondered. The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, do you not contemplate the Buddha Dharma? Mañjuśrī replied, no, world-honored one. In my contemplation, I do not see the Buddha Dharma, nor do I differentiate dharmas into ordinary beings, voice hearers, and pratyeka Buddhas. This way is called the unsurpassed Buddha Dharma. Moreover, while one cultivates Prajñāpāramitā, seeing neither the appearances of ordinary beings, nor the appearances of the Buddha Dharma, nor the definite appearances of dharmas, is called cultivation of Prajñāpāramitā. Furthermore, while cultivating Prajñāpāramitā, one does not see the desire realm, the form realm, the formless realm, or the nirvana realm. Why? Not seeing dharmas with the appearance of extinction is cultivation of Prajñāpāramitā. Moreover, while cultivating Prajñāpāramitā, one sees neither the one giving kindness nor the one requiting kindness. Contemplating the appearances of duality without making mental differentiations is cultivation of Prajñāpāramitā. Moreover, while one cultivates Prajñāpāramitā, seeing neither the Buddha Dharma to grasp, nor the Dharma of ordinary beings to abandon, is cultivation of Prajñāpāramitā. Moreover, while one cultivates Prajñāpāramitā, seeing neither the Dharma of ordinary beings to terminate, nor the Buddha Dharma to realize, yet still coming to its realization, is cultivation of Prajñāpāramitā. The Buddha praised Mañjuśrī. Very good. You can describe so well the appearances of the profound Prajñāpāramitā, which is the Dharma seal that Bodhisattva Mahasattvas are learning. Even voice hearers, pratyeka Buddhas, those who are still learning and those who have nothing more to learn, should also train without abandoning this Dharma seal, so as to achieve their Bodhi fruit. The Buddha told Mañjuśrī, if those who have heard this Dharma are not shocked or terrified, they have already planted their roots of goodness under thousands of Buddhas. They have long planted their roots of virtue even under billions of kotis of Buddhas. Then they are able not to be shocked or terrified by this profound Prajñāpāramitā. Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, I now will further explain the meaning of Prajñāpāramitā. The Buddha said, speak then. Mañjuśrī said, world-honored one, while cultivating Prajñāpāramitā, one should not see whether or not one should abide in a dharma, nor should one see the appearance of an object that should be grasped or abandoned. Why? Tathāgatas do not see dharmas as appearances of objects. They do not even see the states of Buddhas, not to mention the states of voice hearers, pratyeka Buddhas, or ordinary beings. One should not grasp appearances, whether conceivable or inconceivable. Not seeing the appearances of dharmas, one will realize on one's own the inconceivable dharma of emptiness. Bodhisattvas who train in this way must all have made offerings to innumerable billions of kotis of Buddhas, under whom they must have planted their roots of goodness. Consequently, they are able not to be shocked or terrified by such profound Prajñāpāramitā. Moreover, while one cultivates Prajñāparamita, seeing neither bondage nor liberation, nor seeing distinctions among ordinary beings or even among the three vehicles, is cultivation of Prajñāparamita. The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, "To how many Buddhas have you made offerings?" Mañjuśrī replied, "Buddhas and I appear as illusions, which are neither recipients nor givers." The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, "Can you not now abide in the Buddha vehicle?" Mañjuśrī rejoined, "The Buddha vehicle is only a name, which cannot be captured, nor can it be seen. How can I acquire it?" The Buddha asked, "Mañjuśrī, have you acquired the unimpeded knowledge?" Mañjuśrī rejoined, "I am the unimpeded itself. How can the unimpeded acquire the unimpeded?" The Buddha asked, "Do you sit in a bodhimanda?" Mañjuśrī rejoined, "None of the Tathagatas sits in a bodhimanda. How should I alone sit in the bodhimanda? Why? I see firsthand that all dharmas abide in true reality." The Buddha asked, "What is called true reality?" Mañjuśrī replied, "The view that the body is self is true reality." The Buddha asked, "Why is the view that the body is self true reality?" Mañjuśrī replied, "Viewing the body as the appearance of suchness, which is neither real nor unreal, neither coming nor going, neither body nor non-body, is called true reality." Shariputra said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, those who can come to a definite understanding of this meaning are called bodhisattvas. Why? Because they have learned the features of such profound Prajñāparamita, and their minds are not shocked, not terrified, not baffled, and not regretful." Maitreya Bodhisattva said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, those who have learned all of the Dharma appearances of this Prajñāparamita are in effect near the seat of the Buddha. Why? The Buddha is directly aware of these Dharma appearances." Mañjuśrī Bodhisattva said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, if those who have heard this profound Prajñāparamita can be not shocked, not terrified, not baffled, and not regretful, we should know that they are in effect seeing the Buddha." At that time, the Upasika, no appearance, said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, dharmas such as ordinary beings, voice-hearers, pratyeka Buddhas, bodhisattvas, and Buddhas have no appearances. Therefore, upon hearing Prajñāparamita, we are not astonished, not terrified, not baffled, and not regretful. Why? Dharmas have never had any appearance." The Buddha told Shariputra, "If good people having heard such profound Prajñāparamita can come to resoluteness in their minds, not shocked, not terrified, not baffled, and not regretful, we should know that they are in effect standing on the ground of no regress. If those who have heard this profound Prajñāparamita are not shocked, not terrified, not baffled, and not regretful, but believe, accept, appreciate, and listen tirelessly, they have in effect fulfilled Dana-paramita, Sila-paramita, Kshanti-paramita, Virya-paramita, Dhyana-paramita, and Prajñāparamita. Moreover, they will be able to disclose and explicate the teachings to others and to have them train accordingly." The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, "What does it mean, in your opinion, by attaining Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, and by abiding in Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi?" Mañjuśrī rejoined, "I have no Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi to attain, nor do I abide in the Buddha vehicle. Then how should I attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi? What I have said is in effect the appearances of Bodhi." The Buddha praised Mañjuśrī, "Very good, very good. You have so skillfully explained the meaning of this profound Dharma. You have long planted your roots of goodness under past Buddhas, training in the Brahma way with the Dharma of no appearance. Mañjuśrī replied, "If one sees appearances, then one can speak of no appearance. I now see neither appearance nor no appearance. How can I be said to train in the Brahma way with the Dharma of no appearance?" The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, "Do you see the voice hearer's precepts?" "Yes, I see them." The Buddha asked, "How do you see them?" Mañjuśrī replied, "I do not hold the view of ordinary beings, the view of holy beings, the view of those who are still learning, or the view of those who have nothing more to learn. Nor do I hold the great view, the small view, the view to overcome, or the view not to overcome. I hold neither a view nor a non-view." Shariputra said to Mañjuśrī, "You now see the voice-hearer vehicle this way. How do you view the Buddha vehicle?" Mañjuśrī said, "I do not see the Dharma of Bodhisattvas, nor do I see anyone training for Bodhi or realizing Bodhi." Shariputra asked Mañjuśrī, "What is called a Buddha? How does one observe the Buddha?" Mañjuśrī asked, "What is self?" Shariputra replied, "Self is only a name, and the appearance of a name is empty." Mañjuśrī said, "Indeed, indeed. Just as self is only a name, Buddha is also only a name. The emptiness of the appearance of a name is in effect Bodhi. One should seek Bodhi without using names. The appearance of Bodhi is free from words and speech. Why? Speech and Bodhi are both empty. Furthermore, Shariputra, you ask me what is called a Buddha and how one should observe the Buddha. That which is neither born nor perishing, neither come nor gone, neither a name nor an appearance is called Buddha. Like observing the true reality of one's own body, observing the Buddha in the same way is called observing the Buddha. Only the wise can understand this." At the time, Shariputra said to the Buddha, "Prajñāpāramitā as pronounced by Mañjuśrī is not understandable or knowable to novice bodhisattvas." Mañjuśrī said, "Not only novice bodhisattvas are unable to know it, but even those on the two vehicles who have accomplished their undertaking for arhatship are unable to understand and know it. No one can know the Dharma expounded this way. Why? The appearance of Bodhi, having nothing to do with seeing, hearing, capturing, or thinking, is actually not a Dharma which can be known. It is not born, not perishing, not speaking and not listening. Such is Bodhi, which it is empty and quiet in nature and in appearance. With no evidence, intellect, shape, or appearance, how can there be an attainer of Bodhi?" Shariputra asked Mañjuśrī, "Has the Buddha not realized Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi in the Dharma realm?" Mañjuśrī replied, "No, Shariputra. Why? The world-honored one is in effect the Dharma realm. Verifying the Dharma realm by means of the Dharma realm would be a contradiction. Shariputra, the appearance of the Dharma realm is in effect Bodhi. Why? In the Dharma realm, there are no appearances of sentient beings, because all Dharmas are empty. The emptiness of all Dharmas is in effect Bodhi, which is non-dual and free from differentiation. Shariputra, without differentiation, there is no knower. Without a knower, there are no words. Without words, there is neither existence nor non-existence, neither knowing nor not knowing. All Dharmas are this way. Why? Dharmas cannot be identified by their locations, which imply a definite nature. For example, the appearance of the rebellious acts is inconceivable. Why? Because the true reality of Dharmas is indestructible. The sin of committing a rebellious act does not have any self-essence, and true reality is neither reborn in heaven nor fallen to hell, nor does it enter nirvana. Why? All karmic conditions abide in true reality, which is neither coming nor going, neither cause nor effect. Why? The Dharma realm has no edge, nor front or back. Therefore, Shariputra, in true reality, bhikshus in grave sin do not fall to hell, and pure spiritual trainees do not enter nirvana. Such bhikshus are neither worthy of offerings nor unworthy of offerings, neither ending their discharges nor not ending their discharges. Why? All dharmas abide in the equality of emptiness. Shariputra asked, what is called the non-regressing endurance in the realization of the no-birth of dharmas? Mañjuśrī replied, not seeing the appearance of birth or death in even a speck of dharma is called the non-regressing endurance in the realization of the no-birth of dharmas. Shariputra asked, who is called a bhikshu who does not overcome? Mañjuśrī replied, arhats who have no afflictions to discharge are the ones who do not overcome. Why? Their afflictions have all been eradicated, and with nothing to overcome, they are called the ones who do not overcome. Those who take fallible mental actions are called ordinary beings. Why? Ordinary beings do not act in accord with the Dharma realm, and therefore are called the fallible ones. Shariputra said, very good, very good. You now have explained to me well the meaning of an arhat who has ended the discharges. Mañjuśrī said, indeed, indeed, I am a true arhat who has ended the discharges. Why? I have crushed the desire for the voice-hearer vehicle and the desire for the Prajñāpāramitā vehicle. For this reason, I am called an arhat who has ended the discharges. The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, when bodhisattvas sit in a bodhimanda, do they realize anuttara samyak sambodhi? Mañjuśrī replied, when bodhisattvas sit in a bodhimanda, they do not realize anuttara samyak sambodhi. Why? The appearance of bodhi is suchness. Not finding a speck of dharma to capture is called anuttara samyak sambodhi. Since bodhi has no appearance, who can sit and who can rise? For these causes and conditions, I see neither any bodhisattva sitting in a bodhimanda, nor anyone realizing anuttara samyak sambodhi. Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, World-honored one, bodhi is in effect the 5 rebellious acts, and the 5 rebellious acts are in effect bodhi. Why? Bodhi and the 5 rebellious acts are not different in appearance. Bodhi is neither enlightenment nor an enlightened one, neither perceiving nor a perceiver, neither knowing nor a knower, neither differentiating nor a differentiator. Such appearances are called bodhi. In the same way, one views the appearance of the 5 rebellious acts. If there are those who say that they see bodhi and have realized it, we should know that they are the ones with exceeding arrogance. At that time, the world-honored one asked Mañjuśrī, would you say that I am the thus come one, addressing me as the Tathagata? Mañjuśrī rejoined, no, world-honored one, I would not say that the name Tathagata is the thus come one. Suchness does not have an appearance that can be called suchness, nor is there Tathagata knowledge that can know suchness. Why? The Tathagata and his knowledge are not different in appearance. Since emptiness is the Tathagata, which is only a name, what should I say is the Tathagata? The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, do you doubt the Tathagata? Mañjuśrī replied, no, world-honored one, I have no doubt, because, in my observation, the Tathagata, never born, never perishing, does not have a definite nature. The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, do you now not say that the Tathagata has appeared in the world? Mañjuśrī replied, if the Tathagata appeared in the world, all Dharma realms should also appear. The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, would you say that Buddhas as numerous as the sands of the Ganges have entered Nirvana? Mañjuśrī replied, Buddhas have one appearance, the inconceivable appearance. The Buddha said to Mañjuśrī, indeed, indeed, Buddhas have one appearance, the inconceivable appearance. Mañjuśrī asked the Buddha, world-honored one, is the Buddha now staying in the world? The Buddha answered Mañjuśrī, indeed, indeed. Mañjuśrī said, if the Buddha stayed in the world, then Buddhas as numerous as the sands of the Ganges should also stay in their worlds. Why? All Buddhas have the same one appearance, the inconceivable appearance. The inconceivable appearance has neither birth nor death. If a future Buddha appeared in the world, then all Buddhas would also appear in their worlds. Why? In what is inconceivable, there is no appearance of the past, future, or present. However, sentient beings are fixated, saying that there are Buddhas who appear in the world, and Buddhas who enter nirvana. The Buddha said to Mañjuśrī, "This is the understanding of the Tathagatas, Arhats, and Bodhisattvas at the level of Avinivartaniya. Why? These three types of beings, having heard the profound Dharma, are able neither to malign nor to praise it." Mañjuśrī agreed with the Buddha. "World-honored one, who should malign and who should praise such inconceivable Dharma?" The Buddha told Mañjuśrī, "The Tathagata is inconceivable, and ordinary beings also inconceivable." Mañjuśrī asked the Buddha, "Are ordinary beings also inconceivable?" The Buddha replied, "They too are inconceivable." Why? All mental appearances are inconceivable. Mañjuśrī said, "Since you say that the Tathagata is inconceivable and that ordinary beings are also inconceivable, then innumerable Buddhas are just fatiguing themselves seeking nirvana. Why? The inconceivable dharmas are in effect nirvana, totally without any difference." Mañjuśrī said, "Such inconceivability of ordinary beings and of Buddhas can be understood only by good people who have long developed their roots of goodness and stayed close to beneficent learned friends." The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, "Do you want the Tathagata to be the most victorious one amid sentient beings?" Mañjuśrī replied, "I want the Tathagata to be the foremost amid sentient beings. However, the appearances of sentient beings cannot be captured." The Buddha asked, "Do you want the Tathagata to acquire the inconceivable Dharma?" Mañjuśrī replied, "I want the Tathagata to acquire the inconceivable Dharma without experiencing his accomplishment in Dharmas." The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, "Do you want the Tathagata to expound the Dharma and to teach and transform sentient beings?" Mañjuśrī replied to the Buddha, "I want the Tathagata to expound the Dharma and to teach and transform sentient beings, yet neither the speaker nor the listener can be captured. Why? Because they abide in the Dharma realm. Sentient beings in the Dharma realm have no differentiated appearances." The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, "Do you want the Tathagata to be the unexcelled fortune field?" Mañjuśrī replied, "The Tathagata, with the appearance of endlessness, is the endless fortune field. The appearance of endlessness is in effect the unexcelled fortune field. Such an appearance, neither a fortune field nor a non-fortune field, is called the fortune field. No appearance, such as light or dark, birth or death, is called the fortune field. If one can understand the appearances of the fortune field in this way, the seeds of goodness one plants will neither increase nor decrease." The Buddha asked Mañjuśrī, "Why do the planted seeds neither increase nor decrease?" Mañjuśrī replied, "The appearances of the fortune field are inconceivable. Cultivating goodness in the field according to the Dharma is also inconceivable. Planting seeds in this way is called no increase and no decrease, and such planting is also the unexcelled, most victorious fortune field." At that time, by virtue of the spiritual power of the Buddha, the great earth quaked in 6 ways, displaying the appearance of impermanence. 16,000 people attained the endurance in the realization of no birth of dharmas. 700 bhikshus, 3,000 upasakas, 40,000 upasikas, and 60 Kotinayuta gods in the 6 desire heavens walked far away from their emotional defilements and acquired the pure Dharma eye in the midst of dharmas. Fascicle 2 of 2. At that time, Ananda rose from his seat, bared his right shoulder and knelt on his right knee. He asked the Buddha, "World-honored one, for what reason did this great earth quake in 6 ways?" The Buddha answered Ananda, "It displayed the auspicious sign because I said that the fortune field had no differentiated appearances." When past Buddhas pronounced at this place the appearances of the fortune field to benefit sentient beings, the entire world also quaked in 6 ways. Shariputra said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, Mañjuśrī is inconceivable." Why? Because the Dharma appearances he has explained are inconceivable. The Buddha praised Mañjuśrī. Indeed, indeed, just as Shariputra says, what you have said is really inconceivable. Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, the inconceivable is ineffable, and the conceivable is also ineffable. Such conceivable and inconceivable natures are both ineffable. All speech and appearances are neither conceivable nor inconceivable." The Buddha asked, "Have you entered the inconceivable samadhi?" Mañjuśrī replied, "No, world-honored one. I am in effect the inconceivable. Not seeing there is mind that can conceive, how can I be said to enter the inconceivable samadhi? Initially, I resolved to enter the samadhi. Now I think that I actually enter the samadhi without any mental appearances. Just like a person learning archery, after practicing for a long time, the person has acquired the skill. Because of their long time practice, without using their mind, their arrows all hit the target. I too am this way. When I started learning the inconceivable samadhi, I had to focus my mind on one object. After practicing for a long time, I have come to achievement. I am now constantly in the samadhi without thinking." Shariputra asked Mañjuśrī, "Is there a silent samadhi which is more victorious and wonderful?" Mañjuśrī replied, "If there were actually an inconceivable samadhi, you could then ask for a silent samadhi. According to my understanding, even the inconceivable samadhi cannot be captured. Why do you ask for the silent samadhi?" Shariputra asked, "The inconceivable samadhi cannot be attained?" Mañjuśrī replied, "The conceivable samadhi has the attainable appearance, while the inconceivable samadhi has the unattainable appearance. All sentient beings have really accomplished the inconceivable samadhi. Why? Because all mental appearances are not the true mind. They are called the inconceivable samadhi. Therefore, the appearances of all sentient beings and the appearance of the inconceivable samadhi are equal, not different." The Buddha praised Mañjuśrī. "Very good, very good. You have long planted your roots of goodness under Buddhas and trained in the Brahma way with purity, so you are able to expound such profound samadhi. Are you now steadily remaining in this Prajñāpāramitā?" Mañjuśrī said, "To say that I stay in Prajnaparamita, I would have perception in which I stay. Staying in my perception means that Prajnaparamita would have a location. To say that I do not stay in Prajnaparamita is also a perception, which is a location as well. Free from these 2 places, I abide in non-abiding, just like Buddhas abiding in peace, silence, and stillness, the inconceivable state. Such an inconceivable state is called the dwelling of Prajñāpāramitā. Dharmas are free of appearances and creations. Prajñāpāramitā is in effect the inconceivable. The inconceivable is in effect the Dharma realm. The Dharma realm is in effect no appearance. No appearance is in effect the inconceivable. And the inconceivable is in effect Prajñāpāramitā. Prajnaparamita and the Dharma realm are the same and not different. Non-duality and non-differentiation are in effect the Dharma realm. The Dharma realm is in effect no appearance. No appearance is in effect the realm of Prajñāpāramitā. And the realm of Prajñāpāramitā is in effect the inconceivable realm. The inconceivable realm is in effect the realm of no birth and no death. and the realm of no birth and no death is in effect the inconceivable realm. Mañjuśrī continued, the realm of the Tathagata and my realm are non-dual in appearance. Those who cultivate Prajñāpāramitā in this way do not seek Bodhi. Why? Bodhi, which is free from appearances, is in effect Prajñāpāramitā. World-honored one, to know the appearances of self means not to cling to self. The state of not knowing and not clinging is what the Buddha knows. The inconceivable state of not knowing and not attaching is what the Buddha knows. Why? Since the primal nature of substance has no appearance, how can it control the Dharma realm? What has neither substance nor attachment in its primal nature is called nothing in existence. Since there is no thing in existence, then there is no location, no dependency, and no fixation. No dependency and no fixation are in effect no birth and no death. And no birth and no death are in effect the virtues of that which is samskrita and asamskrita. With this knowledge, one's mind will not elicit perceptions. Without perception, how can one know? Not knowing the virtues of that which is samskrita or asamskrita is in effect the inconceivable. The inconceivable is what the Buddha knows, such as neither capturing nor not capturing, seeing neither the appearance of the past, present, or future, nor the appearance of coming or going, and grasping neither birth nor death, neither origination nor formation, neither extinction nor eternity. Such knowledge is called the true knowledge, the inconceivable knowledge. Like space in unequaled equality, with no appearances or features, it compares neither this against that, nor good against evil. The Buddha told Mañjuśrī, such knowledge is called the non-regressing knowledge. Mañjuśrī said, the knowledge of no formation is also called the knowledge that will not regress. Just like gold ore, which has to be processed in order to know whether it is good or bad, if gold is not refined, there is no way to know its quality. The appearance of the knowledge that does not regress is the same way. One needs to go through the experience in not thinking, not adhering, not originating, and not forming. When one's mind is totally unmoving, neither arising nor ceasing, it will then be revealed. At that time, the Buddha told Mañjuśrī, when Tathagatas speak of their own knowledge, who can believe it? Mañjuśrī said, such knowledge is neither the Dharma of nirvana nor the Dharma of samsara. It is the way of silence and the way of stillness, neither annihilating greed, anger, and delusion, nor not annihilating them. Why? This knowledge is endless and indestructible, neither apart from life and death, nor together with them. It is acquired from neither training in the way, nor not training in the way. This understanding is called the right faith. The Buddha told Mañjuśrī, very good, very good. What you say is a profound understanding of its meaning. At that time, Mahakāssyapa said to the Buddha, world-honored one, if such profound true Dharma is pronounced in future times, who will be able to believe and understand it, and to accept and implement it accordingly? The Buddha told Mahakāssyapa, if bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, and upasikas, layfolk, monastics, who have heard this sutra in this assembly hear this Dharma in future times, they definitely will believe and understand it. They will be able to read and recite this profound Prajñāpāramitā, to accept and uphold it, and to expound it to others. For example, an elder who has lost his precious jewel feels sad and distressed. If he retrieves it later, he will be very joyous. Therefore, Mahakāssyapa, the bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas, lay and monastic folk alike in this assembly will be the same way. They have the mind of faith and delight. If they do not hear the Dharma, they will feel distressed. If they come to hear it, they will, with great joy, believe and understand it, accept and uphold it, and always delight in reading and reciting it. We should know that these people are in effect seeing the Buddha. They are also in effect being close to and making offerings to Buddhas. The Buddha told Mahakashyapa, as an analogy, when the gods in Trayastrimsha heaven see the flower buds of the celestial Parijata tree emerge, they will be elated. They know that this tree will soon open to full bloom. Likewise, if among bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, and upasikas, lay and monastic folk alike, there are those who can believe and understand the Prajñāpāramitā they have heard, they too will soon bring all the Buddha Dharma to bloom. If in future times, among bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, and upasikas, monastic and lay folk alike, there are those who after hearing Prajñāpāramitā can believe and accept it and read and recite it without any regret or bafflement, we should know that they have already heard and accepted this sutra in this assembly. They will also be able to pronounce and circulate it widely to the public in towns and cities. We should know that they will be protected and remembered by the Buddha. If among good people there are those who can believe and delight in such profound Prajñāpāramitā without any doubts, they must have long trained and learned and planted their roots of goodness under past Buddhas. By analogy, a man stringing beads with his hands suddenly comes across an unexcelled genuine jewel. His heart is filled with great joy. One would know that this person must have seen such a jewel. Therefore, Mahakashyapa, when good people who are learning other dharmas suddenly come across the profound Prajñāpāramitā, if they rejoice in the same way, we should know that they must have heard it before. Suppose there are sentient beings that, after hearing the profound Prajñāpāramitā, can believe and accept it with great joy in their hearts. They must also have been close to innumerable Buddhas, from whom they would have heard Prajñāpāramitā, which they must have studied and cultivated. For example, a person has passed and seen a city or a town. Later on, they hear others praise how lovely in this city are the gardens, pools, fountains, flowers, fruits, and trees, as well as all the residents, and they are very happy to hear these things. They even ask them to describe this city with its gardens, beautiful decorations, various flowers, pools, and fountains, an abundance of sweet fruits, various kinds of wonders, and all the lovely things. After hearing these descriptions again, this person will be even happier. Those who react in the same way as this person must all have seen it before. If, among good people, there are those who, upon hearing Prajñāpāramitā, are able to listen and accept it with faith, to feel joyful, to delight in hearing it tirelessly, and even to ask for repetitions, we should know that they have already heard Prajñāpāramitā from Mañjuśrī. Mahakashyapa said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, if among good people in future times there are those who, having heard this profound Prajñāpāramitā, listen and accept it with faith and delight, one would know by this indication that they too have heard it from past Buddhas and have studied and cultivated it." Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, the dharmas pronounced by the Buddha are free of fabrication and appearances, and are in absolute silence and stillness. If good people can truly understand this meaning and pronounce it as heard, they will be praised by the Tathagatas. Their statement, not contrary to the Dharma appearance, is in effect the pronouncement of the Buddha. It is called the glowing appearance of Prajñāpāramitā, and also called the glowing fulfillment of the Buddha Dharma, penetrating the inconceivable true reality. The Buddha told Mañjuśrī, "When I was walking the Bodhisattva way, I cultivated my roots of goodness. Those who desire to stand on the ground of a Vinivartiniya should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Those who desire to attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi should learn Prajñāpāramitā. If good people desire to understand all the Dharma appearances and to know the equality in the mental realm of all sentient beings, they should learn Prajñāpāramitā." Mañjuśrī Those who desire to learn all the Buddha Dharma, totally without obstructions, should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Those who desire to achieve the glorious appearance, awe-inspiring deportment, and immeasurable Dharma forms of all Buddhas upon their attainment of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Those who desire to know the glorious appearance, awe-inspiring deportment, and immeasurable Dharma forms of all Buddhas before their attainment of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Why? In the Dharma of emptiness, one does not perceive Buddhas, Bodhi, and the like. If among good people, there are those who desire to know such appearances, without any doubt, they should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Why? In Prajñāpāramitā, one does not see dharmas, whether born or perishing, whether defiled or pure. Therefore, good people should learn Prajñāpāramitā in this way. Those who desire to know that all dharmas have no such appearance as past, present, or future should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Why? The nature and appearance of the Dharma realm do not have the past, present, and future. Those who desire to know, without any hindrance in their minds, that dharmas all enter the Dharma realm should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Those who desire to achieve the 3 turnings of the Dharma wheel in the 12-fold process and to attain self-realization without grasping or being attached to it should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Those who desire to acquire the mind of loving kindness, or sheltering everywhere all sentient beings without a limit, not thinking of their appearances as sentient beings, should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Those who desire that they neither dispute with sentient beings nor grasp the appearance of no dispute should learn Prajñāpāramitā. Those who desire to know the 10 powers of a Buddha, such as knowing the right or wrong in any situation, to know the Buddha's 4 fearlessnesses, to abide in the Buddha wisdom knowledge, and to acquire the unimpeded eloquence, should learn Prajñāpāramitā. At that time, Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, I observe the true Dharma and find it to be asamskrita and appearance-free, no capture, no benefit, no birth, no death, no arrival, no departure, no knower, no perceiver, and no doer. I see neither Prajñāpāramitā nor the state of Prajñāpāramitā, neither realization nor non-realization. I make no differentiation, no ludicrous statement. All dharmas are endless, apart from ending. There is no dharma of ordinary beings, dharma of voice-hearers, dharma of Pratyeka Buddhas, or the Buddha Dharma. Dharmas are neither captured nor not captured, neither conceivable nor inconceivable, neither formed nor unformed. They have neither samsara to abandon nor nirvana to realize. Such are the appearances of dharmas. Then, how does one learn Prajñāpāramitā? Then the Buddha told Mañjuśrī, knowing dharma appearances in this way is called learning Prajñāpāramitā. If Bodhisattva Mahasattvas desire to learn the samadhi of freedom with Bodhi, because, having learned it, they can illuminate all the profound Buddha Dharma, know the names of all Buddhas, and understand the worlds of Buddhas without any obstructions, they should learn Prajñāpāramitā as explained by Mañjuśrī. Mañjuśrī asked the Buddha, "Why is it called Prajñāpāramitā?" The Buddha replied, "Prajñāpāramitā is boundless, limitless, nameless, appearance-free, and perception-free, and it has no refuge, no safe island, no demerit, no merit, no dark, no light, just like the Dharma realm which has no boundary or limit, as it is called Prajñāpāramitā. It is also called the Bodhisattva's action field, though neither an action field nor a non-action field. In the one vehicle, it is called the non-action field. Why? There is neither thinking nor forming." Mañjuśrī asked the Buddha, "World-honored one, what action can one take to attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi quickly?" The Buddha replied, "Mañjuśrī, Those who act upon Prajñāpāramitā as explained will quickly attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Furthermore, there is the samadhi of the one action. If good people train in this samadhi, they will also quickly attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Mañjuśrī asked, World-honored one, what is called the samadhi of the one action? The Buddha replied, the Dharma realm has only one appearance. Focusing one's mind on the Dharma realm is called the samadhi of the one action. If among good people there are those who desire to enter the samadhi of the one action, they should first hear Prajñāpāramitā and next cultivate and learn it accordingly. Then they will be able to enter the samadhi of the one action, which fits the conditions of the Dharma realm: non-regressing, indestructible, inconceivable, unhindered, and appearance-free. If good people desire to enter the samadhi of the one action, they should sit properly in a vacant place, facing the direction of a Buddha, abandon distracting thoughts and focus their mind on one Buddha, uttering only their name without grasping appearances. If they can continue, thought after thought, thinking of one Buddha, they will be able in their thought to see past, future, and present Buddhas. Why? The virtue of thinking of one Buddha is immeasurable and boundless, not different from the virtue either of innumerable Buddhas or of the inconceivable Buddha Dharma. They will all ride the one suchness and attain the perfect enlightenment, manifesting immeasurable virtues and eloquence. Those who enter the samadhi of the one action in this way will totally know that in the Dharma realm of Buddhas, as numerous as the sands of the Ganges, there is no appearance to differentiate. Although among the voice hearers, Ananda is the foremost, in the Buddha Dharma he has heard, in his total retention of memory, and in his eloquence and wisdom, his attainment has a measure and a limit. If one has attained the samadhi of the one action, one will be able to differentiate one by one the Dharma doors in the samadhi of the one action. One will be able to differentiate one by one the Dharma doors in the sutras and to know them all, definitely, without any obstructions. One will be able to expound them day and night unceasingly with wisdom and eloquence. In comparison, Ananda's eloquence and much hearing are not even 100,000th thereof. Bodhisattva Mahasattvas should think this thought: how should I acquire the samadhi of the one action, which leads to inconceivable virtues and innumerable names? The Buddha said, Bodhisattva Mahasattvas should always think of the samadhi of the one action and assiduously make energetic progress, not negligent or indolent. Through step-by-step gradual training and learning, they will enter the samadhi of the one action, as evidenced by their inconceivable virtues. However, those who malign the true Dharma and believe in neither evil karmas nor heavy hindrances caused by sin will not be able to enter it. Furthermore, Mañjuśrī, as an analogy, a person has acquired a precious bead, and he shows it to the jeweler. The jeweler says that it is a priceless, genuine jewel. He then implores the jeweler, polish it for me. Do not let it lose its luster and color. After the jeweler has polished it, this precious bead becomes brilliant and transparent throughout. Mañjuśrī, if good people, to acquire innumerable names and inconceivable virtues, endeavor to learn the samadhi of the one action, they will know in the course of their training Dharma appearances with clear understanding, without any obstructions. Their virtues will grow in the same way. Mañjuśrī, using the sun as an example, its light is pervasive, not diminishing. Likewise, if one attains the samadhi of the one action, one will fulfill all the virtues without any shortfall, just like the sunlight illuminating the Buddha Dharma. Mañjuśrī, the Dharma I have pronounced is all in one flavor, no flavor, the flavor of liberation, the flavor of silence and stillness. If good people have attained this samadhi of the one action, what they expound will also be in one flavor, no flavor, the flavor of liberation, the flavor of silence, totally in accord with the true Dharma, without any error or mistake. Mañjuśrī, Bodhisattva Mahasattvas who have attained this samadhi of the one action will all fulfill the 8 elements of Bodhi and quickly attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Furthermore, Mañjuśrī, Bodhisattva Mahasattvas who see neither differentiated appearances in the Dharma realm, nor the one appearance will quickly attain the inconceivable Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Those who know that in Bodhi there is no attainment of Buddhahood will quickly attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Those who, without shock, fear, or doubt, have the enduring faith that all dharmas are the Buddha Dharma will quickly attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Mañjuśrī asked the Buddha, "World-honored one, can one quickly attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi by such causes?" The Buddha replied, "Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi is attained by means of neither causes nor non-causes. Why? This inconceivable realm is acquired by means of neither causes nor non-causes. If good people who have heard these words do not become negligent or indolent, we should know that they have already planted their roots of goodness under past Buddhas. Therefore, if bhikshus and bhikshunis, monastic alike, who have heard this profound Prajnaparamita are not shocked or terrified, they have in effect renounced family life for the Buddha. If upasakas and upasikas, lay folk alike, who have heard this profound Prajnaparamita are not shocked or terrified, they have in effect taken the true refuge. Mañjuśrī, good people who do not study the profound Prajnaparamita are in effect not training by means of the Buddha vehicle. Taking the great earth as an example, all medicinal plants must grow from the earth. Mañjuśrī, Bodhisattva Mahabodhisattvas are the same way. All roots of goodness must depend upon Prajnaparamita to develop, not to counter Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. At that time, Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, in the cities and towns of Jambudvipa, where should we pronounce such profound Prajnaparamita?" The Buddha told Mañjuśrī, "Suppose those who have heard Prajnaparamita in this assembly vow that in future lives they will always be responsive to Prajnaparamita, from which to develop faith and understanding, and that they will be able to hear this sutra again. One would know that those people, because they are able to accept and delight in what they hear, did not come with small roots of goodness. Mañjuśrī, if there are those who have heard from you this Prajnaparamita, they should state that in Prajnaparamita there is no dharma of voice hearers, pratyeka Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, or Buddhas, nor the dharma of ordinary beings or the dharma of birth and death." Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, if bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, or upasikas, monastic and lay folk alike come to ask me, how does the Tathagata pronounce the Prajnaparamita? I should reply, since dharmas do not have the appearance of dispute, how should the Tathagata pronounce Prajnaparamita? Why? He does not see there are dharmas to dispute, nor does he see that the mind and consciousness of sentient beings can know. Furthermore, world-honored one, I should also pronounce the ultimate reality. Why? All dharma appearances totally enter true reality. Arhatship is not a particularly victorious dharma. Why? The dharma of arhats and the dharma of ordinary beings are neither the same nor different. Furthermore, world-honored one, according to the dharma explained this way, there are no sentient beings that have already attained nirvana, are attaining it, or will attain it. Why? Sentient beings do not assume definite appearances. Mañjuśrī continued, suppose there are those who desire to hear Prajnaparamita. I should say this, like magically created beings that do not differentiate, the listeners do not remember, adhere to, hear, or gain anything. This statement is a true teaching of the Dharma. Therefore, listeners should not embrace the dual appearance. They should not cultivate the Buddha Dharma without abandoning other views, and they should neither grasp the Buddha Dharma nor abandon the Dharma of ordinary beings. Why? The Buddha and ordinary beings, as two dharmas, are empty in appearance, not subject to grasping or abandoning. If someone asks me, I should answer this way, thus comforting the questioner and affirming the meaning. Good people should ask questions and abide in this way, with their minds not regressing or baffled. They should speak of Dharma appearances in accord with Prajnaparamita. At that time, the world-honored one praised Mañjuśrī. Very good, very good. Just as you say, if good people desire to see Buddhas, they should learn this Prajñāpāramitā. If they desire to be close to Buddhas and to make offerings to them according to the Dharma, they should learn this Prajñāpāramitā. If they desire to say that the Tathagata is the world-honored one to them, they should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. If they desire to say that the Tathagata is not the world-honored one to them, they should also learn such Prajñāpāramitā. If they desire to attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, they should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. Even if they do not desire to attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, they still should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. If they desire to accomplish all samadhis, they should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. Even if they do not desire to accomplish all samadhis, they still should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. Why? Because the samadhi of no formation has no differentiated appearance, and because dharmas have no birth and no death. If there are those who desire to know that all dharmas are false names, they should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. If those who desire to know, with their minds not regressing or baffled, that all sentient beings that train in the Bodhi way do not seek the appearance of Bodhi, they should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. Why? Because all dharmas are always with the appearance of Bodhi. If there are those who desire to know, with their minds not regressing or baffled, that all sentient beings act with the appearance of non-action, that non-action is in effect Bodhi, that Bodhi is in effect the Dharma realm, and that the Dharma realm is in effect true reality, they should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. If there are those who desire to know that the transcendental powers and conjurations of all Tathagatas have neither appearances nor obstructions, and neither directions nor locations, they should learn such Prajñāpāramitā. The Buddha told Mañjuśrī, if bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, and upasikas, lay and monastic folk alike, desire not to go down the evil life paths, they should learn a 4-verse stanza on Prajñāpāramitā, accept and uphold it, read and recite it, and explain it to others in accord with true reality. We should know that these good people will definitely attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi and reside in Buddha lands. If there are those who upon hearing such Prajñāpāramitā are not shocked or terrified, but with faith and understanding arising in their minds, we should know that they are certified by the Buddha with a seal. This is the Mahayana Dharma seal that Buddhas hold. If good people learn this Dharma seal, they, because of their transcendence, will never undertake the evil life journeys, nor will they enter the path of voice hearers or of Pratyeka Buddhas. At that time, the God King of the 33 heavens brought, as an offering to Prajñāpāramitā, the Tathagata and Mañjuśrī, wonderful celestial flowers of Utpala, Kumuda, Pundarika, and Mandarava, as well as celestial sandalwood incense, powdered incense, various kinds of gold and jewelry and celestial music. After scattering such offerings over them, he said, I wish always to learn the Prajñāpāramitā Dharma seal. God King Chakro Devanamindra then made this vow, I wish that the good people in Jambudvipa will always be able to hear this sutra, to verify the Buddha Dharma, and that they will believe and understand it, accept and uphold it, read and recite it, and expound it to others. Let all the gods protect and support them. At that time, the Buddha told Chakro Devanamindra, Kashika, indeed, indeed, these good people will definitely realize the Bodhi of Buddhas. Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, World-honored one, good people who accept and uphold the sutra in this way will acquire great benefits and immeasurable virtues. At that time, by virtue of the spiritual power of the Buddha, the entire great earth quaked in 6 ways. The Buddha then smiled as he emitted great radiance, illuminating everywhere, and the 3,000 large 1,000-fold world. Mañjuśrī said to the Buddha, World-honored one, this is the appearance of the Tathagatas, sealing Prajñāpāramitā. The Buddha said, Mañjuśrī, indeed, indeed, this auspicious sign always appears after Prajñāpāramitā is pronounced. It is for authenticating Prajñāpāramitā and for enabling people to accept and uphold it. and not to praise or dispraise it. Why? The appearance-free Dharma seal is beyond praise or dispraise. I now, with this Dharma seal, keep celestial Maras from finding any vulnerability. After the Buddha had finished these words, great bodhisattvas and the 4 groups of disciples, having heard the explanation of Prajñāpāramitā, greatly rejoiced. They all believed in, accepted, and reverently carried out the teachings. This concludes the Sutra of Prajñāpāramitā pronounced by Mañjuśrī Bodhisattva.